So we now have a product that has a color option and a t-shirt size. Okay, so I come to the drop down and I have a look at the color options here. So I've got blue, green, red. I maybe select green. I can then go and select a color size, a t-shirt size. But you can see that as I change color, well, firstly, the drop down is not the most elegant way of looking at things like, certainly things like color. Because there's no real visual representation there. And also, as I change the color, it's not affecting the image that's here. Okay. Likewise with size, this may not be the best representation of that. So one of the options we do have is the use of swatches. Okay. So in the first instance, I'm going to turn on the swatches and we can see what this looks like. So to turn on the swatches, if you go into the system menu, and go down to configuration, and you'll see under catalog there's this option here which is configurable swatches. So I choose that, and you can see that it's currently not enabled, so our swatches are not enabled. So what I can do is I can set that to yes. Now what you see in the list below is a list of all attributes that are used in configurable products. Okay, so these are all attributes that are global, have a drop down, and can be used to create configurable products set to yes. Right, and so what I can do in here is, this is a multi-select field, I can select which ones of these I want to act as swatches. Okay, so color is an obvious one, but I may also want size to be a swatch one as well. And actually the one that we've got here is t-shirt size, so maybe I put all the size ones in as a swatch as well. So whenever those appear in a configurable product, they will appear as a swatch. There's also this option here is product attribute to use in for swatches in product listing. So this is the category page where there'll be multiple products on there, and we can have one swatch on that page as well. So I'm going to enable that. I'm going to enable that as color, which is probably the most universally used one. Right, the other options down here are all about aesthetics, and that is the size that you want the swatches to be, and this is in pixels. So the main one is 21 by 21 pixels, and we got the product listing page 15 by 15, and then we'll be talking about layered navigation later, and that's also 15 by 15. So that's going to be the size of the swatch itself. So we'll leave that for the moment, and we'll maybe come back and increase the size of those so you can see how that affects your product page. So I'm going to save that. What you see now when I refresh this page is that now you'll notice that instead of a drop down we've got labels. So we've got blue, green, red, small, medium, large. Okay, it's not exactly what we were looking for, and once again nothing's really happening as I change my options. Okay, but I can now choose green, large, and add that to cart. What we want to do though is we want these to show a color, and maybe we want these labels to be a bit more simple. Okay, so we'll start off with color first. That's the interesting part. Okay, so I'm going back into my managed products, and I'm going to have a look at the configurable product, summer t-shirt. And I'm going to go to the image tab. Right, so first off we have a main image there. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to upload two additional images, one for the blue t-shirt and one for the green t-shirt. We've obviously already got the red t-shirt in there. So I browse files. So this is looking on my local machine, and I've got these images here. So I've got the t-shirt red, t-shirt blue, t-shirt green. So I want the blue and the green. So I can select both, hit open. They sit there waiting to be uploaded. Hit upload. Okay, and I've now got those three t-shirts. Right, I'll leave this as that and go and refresh this page. Okay, it's not affected the labels over here, but it has uploaded three different colors of the t-shirt. So I can go through and look at those. Right, but what I want to do is I want them to show when you select the correct swatch, and to do that you name the label the same as the color that is in the color drop down. Okay, and it's got to be exactly the same and in the same type case as well. So our label is red, and you can get this label from looking on the front end here. So you can see it's red, green and blue, and they've all start with capitals. So I go red, blue, blue and green, and I can now save that. Right, so how's this looking now? So I've refreshed the page. Okay, firstly we can see that those additional images have moved from there, and they're now shown over here. All right, so we now have red, green and blue, but we've actually got a tiny thumbnail of the image, and as I change color, it will change the color of the t-shirt. Okay, what I really want though is I want a block of color here, and when you click on it, it shows the correct t-shirt. To do that, I simply upload a block of color. So I go back to browse files, and I happen to have these three colors here, so red, green and blue, and these are blocks of color, and I'll open them. Okay, I'm going to upload these now. Right, so you can now see we have the blocks of color, and to turn these into swatches, once again I say red, but then I do hyphen and swatch. Okay, help if I did the right one. So I'll do blue swatch, then red hyphen swatch, and finally green hyphen swatch. Okay, let's save that and see how that looks. Okay, so over here now we have blocks of color, but as I change the option, the color changes there. Right, let's have a look at how we can change these labels here. So this time round, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the t-shirt size. So I'll just type in size into the filter to bring all the sizes back. Okay, and there's t-shirt size, the attribute for t-shirt size. At this time round, on the label option, I'm going to change the label on the store view. So small will be a capital S, medium will be a capital M, and large will be a capital L. And save that attribute. And now when we refresh, we have small, medium and large. Okay, couple more things to show you on this. Firstly, I want to go through the checkout process just to show you what happens when we place this product in the checkout. Okay, so if I choose a green t-shirt and then let's select a size of medium. Okay, and then add that to cart. Right, let's just ditch that. Okay, there's a t-shirt we've just added to cart. You can clearly see there it's green and it's medium, but the picture is showing that it's red. What you need to do is you need to firstly change a setting in the configuration. So the setting you need to change is under system configuration. Okay, we then go down to the checkout under sales. So what you can see here under the shopping cart option is there is a configurable product image. Okay, so this is what does the image look like in the shopping cart. Currently it's saying it's taking the parent product image. So the parent is the configurable product itself. So we uploaded the red t-shirt as the main image for the configurable. So that's the one it's picking up. What we want to do is choose this, which is the product thumbnail itself. Okay. Now, if I select that option, what I now have to do is for every simple product, regardless of size or color, is upload a main product image to that simple product. So let me just choose the product thumbnail itself to start off with, and I'll save that. So now what I need to do is go back into the Manage Products. For each of these, so if I choose the t-shirt green medium, okay, and go to the images, you can see there's no image here. So if I upload the green t-shirt, okay, there's the t-shirt, and I'll make that the base, the small, and the thumbnail. Okay, now that simple product has an image associated with it, and I now need to go through every single one of those 9 products and upload the relevant image for that product. Okay, now if I go back, I'll ditch that product there. Now I'll go back into choose green, medium. Now when I add that to basket, it's now a green t-shirt in the basket. You'll also notice with swatches, as we assign this one to be on the product listing page, you can see that we have a swatch, color swatch here. So as I change the color, the customer can go through and have a look at what colors are available before they click through to the actual product itself. Okay, for these swatches here, under the configurable, we assigned these as individual swatches for that particular configurable. So if I go back to the images, we have uploaded 3 different colors here to provide the swatches. There is another way of doing this, and there is kind of like a catch-all way of doing this. Okay, and that is to add these swatches to the media storage. Now the media storage is something that's covered in content management modules. Okay, so we're not going to go into a huge amount of detail other than just this one specific about doing swatches. So if you want to know more about the media storage and how the content management side works, then have a look at the course on content management. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shortcut into a page. Okay, one of our pages. What I want to do is I want to access the image storage area. So to do that, I go into the content, and if I have the WYSIWYG editor on, I access it via going into this insert image tool. If I don't, I access it by pressing this insert image button. Okay, I'm not actually going to do anything with the content here. I just want to access the media storage area. So I hit insert image. Okay, so this is storage on our server. So this is storage that's actually attached to our Magento store. By highlighting the storage route, what I want to do is I want to create a folder, and the folder is going to be called Swatches. Okay, and this is a recognized folder for the swatches tool. Right, so I've created the tool, the folder called Swatches. Now what I want to do is I want to upload some swatches to it. Now I select browse files. Okay, the name of the images that I need to upload are exactly the same as the label of the color that I want, and it has to be a .png file. Okay, so if you have only got JPEGs, go into an editor, convert them into PNGs. Okay, so I'll select these 3 images, red, green, and blue, and hit open, and now upload these. Okay, there's our 3 images there, and because they're in the swatches folder, Magento Swatches knows what to do with them. So let's just close that now. I don't need to save anything there. They're uploaded, and I certainly don't need to save anything here on the CMS page. Now if I go back to the product, and go to the images, I can now actually remove these 3 swatches. Okay, so we have no swatches against that product now. I refresh the page. The swatches still exist. Okay, swatches are still there. So what it's doing is it's kind of like whenever a blue color option is created and it's using swatches, it will take the image that is in that swatches folder in the first instance. Okay. However, if you then at the individual product then upload a swatch image, okay, so under the image section here, I was to upload my own swatch, that would override the default swatch image. So you kind of have a catch-all. So if you've got 20 colors, upload a PNG for each of those 20 colors into that swatches folder, and it means you don't have to, every time you create a product, create a swatch for it in here.